Good morning, everybody, and welcome to TeamODZ Live. And oh, look, we're on a climb portal. We've got this one and one more, and we could get the 25 times badge. Woo.
Today's the day. Do we get extra XP for that badge?
I don't know. Right, so, story I was telling. Someone was watching us race one day, watching on their iPad. Couldn't figure out why they weren't getting any sound out of their iPad. I mean, they tried turning it up full, didn't make any difference. Anyway, a little bit later, they figured out what was going on. It was paired with a Bluetooth speaker that was upstairs. So it was this cheesy music, heavy breathing, coming out of the Bluetooth speaker.
Oh, yeah.
Hey there, Ben. Happy Friday, my friend.
I can only imagine. Trying to think of all the comments you hear during a race, and I don't think any of them would make it any better if you're the person upstairs.
No.
Why do so many people keep taking the front? Why are there so many people?
Yeah, push hard. Come on, you can do it. He's off the bar. There's a car. Wonder how many times we're going to see this runner.
See, there's a goal. Wow.
There is a goal.
This moment he's doing 650 a mile. He's moving.
So, oh wait.
Lots of shit. Oh wow, this would be like a 25%er if I had taken the other route.
Well, so you're a shifty character. So.
There we go. I'm
Here
maxed
comes
out.
Mr. Runner.
Yeah, I wonder why my laptop says -1 degree.
Here he goes.
Wow. Yeah, he's moving. Still keeping up that 650. I guess we won't pass him a couple times.
How's Wick and Andy today? Well, I'm kind of a bit tired after yesterday's race.
I'm definitely feeling the end of the week tiredness.
I did not get as good a sleep last night as I really, really needed.
Who won the game last night? Let's see. $21-18. Oh wow! Then the Patriots won. What is this? I was guessing that last night was going to be the first 0-0 NFL game, and what I looked up to be, what was it? It was 80 years in 1 month exactly to the date. The last time there was a 0-0 tie game, it was November 7th, 1943. Since both the Steelers and the Patriots are the lowest scoring teams in the. Well, they're both the lowest scoring, and they've had the fewest points against each other or against their teams. But it didn't happen. Apparently, when you mix that together, they score a lot.
Oh, you're here,
Oh,
Ben.
that person's on.
I said hello to
Person's on a
you.
little cruise. Hey, Ben.
Good morning.
Again.
Hey, you fat. I asked, I hope you're having a good Friday. Oh, happy
And I
Friday.
said,
I
hey,
said
Ben.
something like that. Hey. And I know my microphone's working out into OBS because I can see it.
I think this is my first time doing this climb, not doing a workout. It's steep.
It is.
I don't know what that means.
Me either.
All I know in German is how to say thank you and no and night. That's about it.
So how do you know it's German?
Well, you know, I've confirmed it. And Weizenbach and Hefeweizen.
Isn't that female cat?
And beer's a pretty easy one too. I guess I actually know quite a few words in German.
I would call you fluent.
I know one language Rick's fluent in. Double Dutch.
Yeah. Well, and the Germans are very forgiving of foreigners speaking German, so that's another added advantage.
I think the best part about Germany is that I could probably go there and speak English, right?
Yeah, well, some parts, yeah, generally speaking, yes. But for instance, there is a cultural difference in that in the Netherlands. So The Hague, for instance, is a big expat city, and it's really difficult to be allowed to speak Dutch there because everybody will shift to English. And they don't do that in Germany. Standard language is German, and they only switch if absolutely necessary. Also, most governmental things in the Netherlands on the websites, they have English versions. They even had in my local paper, they had a Polish section at one time.
That becomes a pretty big newspaper.
Yeah, but it was only public announcement kind of things. But
Okay.
they concerned mostly Polish cars that had been abandoned. So even the municipality could see that writing that in Dutch didn't really serve a purpose. No, it's very easy to live in the Netherlands as a foreigner. I think at least in places like Bavaria in Germany, it's not so easy.
Yeah.
All communication will be in German and stuff, so they really need to get into the language.
Just need to know beer and Dunkel.
I mean, your basic vocabulary will make you be able to survive in Germany, so why bother? I'm tempted to open the door because it's actually warmer outside now than in my garage because it's warming up and my garage has been in a deep freeze for the last 2 weeks, so but I'm not doing it.
Doing the next one this quick.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm in my lowest gear and I'm just having to crank along at this pace.
What's that? Get a personal record this time.
I'll try to go lower. Okay. There we go. Yeah, my laptop says we have broken a record here at -1 degree Fahrenheit. But I know the news just said that it's 4 degrees, which I don't think is a record.
Well, both of them are very close.
Yes. This is the last day of it though. Tomorrow it warms up. Be back to the normal, 20, high 20s at night, then 30s and 40s during the day.
Yeah, but here next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, it's going to cool down again, so it's not going to be for long here, unfortunately. It's very strange because last winter was very warm, and now it seems like we're getting a very cold winter. I mean, by American continental status, it's not cold at all, but for us it feels cold.
I don't know, Florida would probably be under emergency status with your temperature.
Yes, definitely. Although the one time I was in Florida, which was involuntarily because my plane from Mexico City to New York got diverted, actually saw iced palm trees. It was like minus degrees there in Orlando, but it was pretty exceptional.
Yeah, every so often that
I mean,
happens.
minus Celsius, not minus Fahrenheit, but it was like -2 or something, so 27 Fahrenheit in Orlando.
That's when they start spraying all the produce with water to try to get ice to form around it to try to save it.
I've seen that done in California.
It is pretty cool right now, though. I guess it's like getting down into the 50s in the Miami area and stuff. So I'd imagine it's probably pretty cool up where my dad is. I'm surprised he hasn't called to complain about it. It's amazing because I can call him and be like, yeah, single digits overnight every night this week, and then he'll be still complaining like as if his situation's way worse with like low 50s or something. It's freezing. You don't understand. I have this tiled floor. I don't know, Dad. Change out of your flip-flops. I have no idea. Don't know what to tell you. Yeah, he has that mindset that he dealt with these with Maine winters for just about 60 years. So he's done.
Yeah, I synthesize with them. I also need to change because this is the thing was that last year we had this energy crisis in Europe and the whole Ukraine thing going on, that gas consumption was not a good idea. So I said more or less closed down my whole house. And we had a very warm winter and it was actually okay. But now, I mean, the energy is still kind of expensive, but not that expensive. So I don't know what to do. Maybe fire it up again. But I have to get used to that the days where energy was almost free, they're over.
Yeah. Yeah, when I first got my first car, the one that I've spoken about, I could take it to the gas station, and with a 20, I could go and fill the tank and still have money left over to pick up like $5 worth of whatever.
Well, it used to be that it was cheaper for a gallon of water, a gallon of petrol than it was for a gallon of water.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, that is a funny thing, yeah. Water isn't too much less though. Depending on, if it's Poland Springs, it's a little bit up there. If it's one of these other ones where they add all this stuff, pretty close. Brewery water though, just as good as Poland Springs. It's already a good base water. And then you run it through a 10-foot activated carbon filter and it comes out the other side just delicious. I throw it in a couple Poland Springs bottles and you wouldn't know any difference.
Well, what about the minerals?
Oh, there's minerals in there.
What, carbon?
I don't think the carbon. There's carbon in there. Yeah, it's not reverse osmosis. Still keeps the minerals in, but takes all of the that water. I don't know. Orono and VZ down next to it, they share a water system, and I don't know who's in charge over there, but wowee, do they add some stuff to it. If you drink it, sometimes I'll get it straight from where it doesn't go through the filter, and it is disgusting. You can smell it.
Back to the climb pole.
So much chlorine. It almost smells just a shade below a pool, pretty much. But I'd imagine if you own a pool in the area, you're probably saving tons of money on chlorine.
That was perfect timing.
Yeah, it was. So that works out. The moment that you go and reset, if I just pull a UE, it should work out good. There it is. It's the moment we've all been waiting for.
We hope.
The 25th trip. Us,
Yeah.
all of us, everybody.
I'm keeping it at this. I'm not breaking any records on this time.
All right. Yeah. I need to control.
And getting back to water in Spain, they do direct recirculation, so they clean wastewater and put it directly into the supply line again. I mean, and it seems to actually work. I mean, they have some pretty advanced processes because the alternative is to desalinate water, and that's so expensive, so they can spend some money on it.
Yeah.
So
But apparently in
technically,
Netherlands,
they could be drinking their own pee.
Oh, yeah.
yes,
Well, we all are.
they're drinking somebody's pee for sure.
Technically, someone's pee is somewhere involved in that. You never know what kind of historical figures pee you've drank. Could be Napoleon Bonaparte.
Eddie Mask.
Might want to get yourself drugs tested if you're going to drink too many cyclists. Pee.
Channeling that energy.
No, we know none of them cheat.
No,
Right?
never. Only the ones that have admitted to it 30 years later.
The same ones they admit, they get into the spotlight again after 30 years being out of it. So I actually think somebody are committing to without actually being, without having ever used it.
My publicist says I should admit
Exactly.
to doping.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works. Right now, where records are being broken all the time in cycling, works perfectly right now to come out with doping. I'm thinking about coming out with doping. I don't even dope.
The latest is
I don't know.
baking powder. Baking powder apparently makes you able to tolerate lactic acid better, so that you can sprint longer.
Oh,
But
really?
the trick is that you don't want it to release in your stomach, but only in your intestines. So a Swedish company specialized in making these small balloons that will go through the stomach and then dissolve in the intestines. And they sell them for 600 euros, ordinary baking powder.
Yeah.
And
I swear.
it's all legit and illegal still.
I swear by Tide Pods, so you say.
Yeah.
Those
Keep your innards nice and
will
clean.
melt.
And it never gets old farting bubbles.
I was going to say the M&M's candy coating would probably be the best, but that just doesn't melt in your hand. It melts in your mouth.
I mean, your stomach is a pretty hostile environment, so to make something that doesn't pop there is going to be an issue.
Yeah. Not even watermelon seeds can last in there.
Or sweet corn. Well, sweet corn does, doesn't it? It comes back out the other side.
There we go.
Yeah, make it some sweet corn.
Pop some baking soda and some sweet corn.
Yeah.
Bam. Bob's your uncle. Just like that. It's one of my favorite sayings. Bob's your uncle. The guy who was building out the brewery, he would always say that. He had a lot of things. He always called me Chief. Hilarious guy. So when I was working with him, I would just start mocking him, and he wouldn't even realize I was mocking him. He just thought I was speaking his language. There, at 10%, I can keep below watts per kilo. Once I get over 10, it gets uncontrollable gradually. I didn't
Or
nervous. What
what's
if I,
the DC Rainmaker review of the new Tax Neo yesterday? Which I probably shouldn't have because it's super accurate on power. So I'm actually tempted.
what do you have now?
I have this old kicker where I don't trust the power from the kicker, so I have a power meter.
Yep.
But it's 8 years old, so although it's still working, I think I deserve a new training. And it would kind of make sense to buy a tax to like get acquainted with other things. Sometimes I'm a little bored, so try to
Garmin's
see
still on
problems.
those. Garmin's still on them.
Yeah, the tax. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's still developed here in the Netherlands.
I can
I
get
was
to
never a
it.
big fan of tax, but the figures I saw in DC Rainmaker were crazy.
I can get a good discount from Garmin. Good work. Actually bought the European maps for my satellite nav thing in the car. Through that.
The pricing sucks because they're just translating US dollars into euros, which is not really the true situation at the moment.
Ben, I'm here. Where are you?
I don't know
Now I
whether
get
Ben
to do
can
it
hear
back
us.
to Ben.
I don't think his ears are painted on.
Would that be a get your finger out of it thing?
No.
That means get your finger out of your ears.
No. No, on a climb this steep, it would be, come on, Andy, get your finger out.
Wow, look at this. I'm actually like keeping a pretty good 2.2 on 11%. I don't know why it's going so well right now.
I'm impressed.
That's weird. And I'm still keeping up 85 RPM. What is happening?
Gerrie
Last
will
time
be
up.
impressed.
I could only crank at like 65 in order to keep it down below 3.
Look at the guy ahead of us. He's doing like 2 RPM.
That's more credible than 85 actually.
If his cadence was really that low, well, if it got any lower, I'd be checking for a pulse, I think. You okay, buddy?
It is pretty
Speak
amazing.
to me. What's your name?
For some reason I can just imagine someone kind of lying down next to their trainer and just kind of spinning it with their hand slowly, sipping coffee. That is outrageous. I want to try to do that speed. I want to match that. It's doing 174 watts, which that's hard. Nothing better than stopping next to a guy and trying to match his cadence at an outrageously slow pace. Wow, I'm at 40 and he's taking off on me. Maybe he has on like, oh, now he's leaving.
He's doing a workout. Let's see what
Yeah.
I can get down to cadence wise. You're doing 40.
I'm at
40.
44. I'm 42. It's gonna be tough over here. Yeah,
But you're standing and you're also pulling up, not only training down, then you can get pretty low.
Here we go. Got my level 61 now. How far up are you on your progress bar, Rich?
halfway. I started out a quarter of the way, so one trip to the top gave me quite a bit.
Yeah.
I'm at
that was-
80% level 60, but I'm going slow, of course, because I don't have any money in the bank like you guys.
Ooh, one way to get really low, but it's kind of cheating, would be to pedal with one foot and pedal sloppily. That always cuts it in half, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't.
That's usually
sure.
how I do the pedal drills. If you
We can
If you don't do a round pedal stroke, then it goes halfway. I got down to 36. Okay, my leg's gonna fall off. All right, back to real pedaling.
We need to catch that on video. Rick's leg falling off.
I do need to do some pedaling drills soon. I need to readapt to this indoor physique I'm building here. The one where my top keeps getting softer and my bottom keeps staying in shape.
I need to know what this indoor physique means.
I think it's where it becomes easy to get lazy on the bike and still pedal, but yet be sitting back a little bit, not keeping straight back. I have to remind myself sometimes.
Saying it's actually easier being lazy outside.
You need rollers, Rick. That'll sort you out.
Oh yeah, that would definitely do it. I do have moments, where I catch myself being lazy outside. I get higher in the miles. But usually, I don't know. It's just, I'm more at it. Well, one thing is usually I'm not talking when I'm outside. So I'm more focused on my pedaling and my form.
That's a good quality. The people I ride with don't have that quality, unfortunately.
I'll try to talk to people who I'm riding with, but it doesn't work because they just can't hear me. If I had a headset and we talked that way, that might work.
If I wanted to talk, I would join a debate club, not a cycling group.
Yeah. You talk through your cycling. I have ridden with some people though where their pace is that much slower than me that I kind of have to talk, or else I'm just gonna leave them way behind without realizing it.
I actually have these special kind of ear warmers that fits on the helmet, which are anti-wind noise, so that if somebody speaks to me, I can actually hear what they're saying. That's very good.
Oh, nice.
Ether has
That's
cat
cool.
ears.
I'm doing it again.
I first thought it was just a hoax, but it really works. It's the same material you put over microphones. So
It's a spoffle.
A spoffle.
Spoffle. I like that. That's a spoffle.
I think that's a proper name. I like it.
Well, it was invented by Hugh and Laurie, a couple of British comedians.
Oh, okay.
Okay, not invented here. We don't have a name for it.
They if they didn't have a word for something, they'd come up with a word for it. So they were in a recording studio one day, and they asked for a spoffle for the microphone, and without asking, the sound engineer went away and got them a spoffle.
Yeah, I mean that's a perfect name. The moment you said it, I was like, wow, that's a properly named item right there. Here we go.
I better catch you up so we can get across there at the same time.
Let's see if our calculations are correct.
By side.
Oh, we were almost.
No, you do. You just keep this constant pace. It's easier for me to.
There we go. Oh, I rocketed just a little bit there. Sorry.
No, that's fine. Look at me. Did we do it? Yay!
Yeah.
There we
Nice.
go.
And wow, I just got a bunch of XP. I am
So did I.
almost to level 62.
No, I'm about halfway.
Wow,
to
you went
60.
halfway.
Yeah.
And I got almost half.
It's going to be so funny when your acceleration stops.
Then I'll just have to go back to the normal. Forget about it. Each time you get a new level, it's like, ooh, good. And then you have to forget about it for a while. It moves so slow.
Right, the bottom. I'm going to hop off the bike.
I don't know what I'm going to do now. Guess maybe I'll just keep riding around the volcano. I'm hoping someone's giving Grace a ride this morning.
Couldn't decide what route to put us on for the ebb today, Ufa. There you go. I switched it a couple of times.
Doesn't really matter.
Yeah. I went back through history and looked at what we've done. I found 11 routes in total. We haven't done Innsbruck since September.
Oh yeah, I did Innsbruck when thinking the coffee. Yeah.
Oh, don't worry, we're not doing Innsbruck. We're on the Fan Flats.
Yeah. Anyway, we don't race the hill, so that makes a difference. Because Wednesday we didn't, and I got completely messages.
Well, we could change it up. We could start the race at the bottom of the leg snapper.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, well, I've been so away from it that I shifted down on the front, which definitely you shouldn't do if you're racing. So I was completely out of it.
Yeah, on the CRL on Tuesday, I dropped my my aero boost way too early. Thought we were closer to the finish line than we were, and got my aero boost. I just popped out the front of the group like a cork, and I didn't want to be on the front at that point. So I eased up to sit back in, and then my aero boost ran out. Just as everybody else
Take the
got
front,
theirs.
you own it. That's my opinion. If you take the front, you own it.
I didn't have anything left in my legs to own it.
That's the thing. Anytime I like decide I'm gonna go and then stop for even just a moment, have a moment of hesitation, just messes everything up that I do. And then I think about it. That was a good start though. I was like,
Okay,
wow, look
just
at Eddie
think.
kicking off in front of everybody.
It's okay to think, but think before the race. The race is pure instinct.
Like
Probably
a tiger.
why I like
Meow.
time trials so much. There's not so much of that in there. Get on the front, elevate power, make sure you're dropping anyone. Job done.
Yeah, typically if you're riding on instinct in that, then you're doing it. You might be doing it wrong at that point. I did that last time on Thanksgiving because my hip hurt. So I went into just kind of a state of just got to push through this and just kept power going the whole time. Got an FTP boost, but increase, but was not efficient with that power at all. So never again will I replace my saddle the day before any sort of
The
race.
saddle thing.
It's only a question of time.
Yeah, we were talking about we've only had two. I think we've done 3 Team Tom trial races together, Andy and I, and 2 of them I had some sort of a saddle issue. First one, I think I made it an adjustment and then broke the little collar for it. Tightened it down just a little too much.
In Rick's relationship with his bikes, this is equivalent to the "it's not you, it's me." Only the other way around. It's not me, it's you.
I've done good so far this year. The only thing I've been messing around with is my balance for my trainer.
I think you've done
every day.
I think you've only done good this year because we keep making so much fun of you for doing it.
Probably. Yeah, I appreciate it.
So you're I don't know, you might be adjusting it while you're not riding and not telling us about it now.
I've had a few times, like I had one yesterday where I was thinking, almost feels like I need to move this saddle a little forward. And then I went, no, don't do that. You'll just regret it. It'll just start a whole thing.
It'll decrease your power, so be careful with moving the saddle forward.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the further back you sit, the higher power you can deliver, but of course, you get less aerodynamic. So,
yeah.
For outside, you don't want to do that. You also see it when riders are tired, they move forward on the saddle. It's called riding on the punaise. So, this is but with the pros, it's a sure sign that somebody's not going to sprint.
Yeah, I always seem to end up on the front when I'm pushing hard. And so then that always kind of gives me this idea of if I'm a little closer, then I'll be able to crank a little harder.
Yeah,
so,
but if a sprint is different, but if you're climbing a mountain or something, you should be careful not to creep forward on the saddle because physiologically you can deliver less power then.
It's more like being more efficient with power and then also putting more weight on the back wheel.
I mean, you can spin faster if you move forward on the saddle, so for sprint it might be a good time using it.
Yeah, so far I've noticed a lot of things with bike fitting are if you take your intuition and do the opposite, you're usually doing all right.
Well, there's the truth to it, like just that, like nature is conservative, so there's always a reaction to an action. Your body is just bloody lazy, so it'll try to get out as easy as possible. So if you do the reverse of that, you'll be faster.
That's a good point.
But we should start visualizing the last 3 miles of the Hincapie ride. So for every 100 yards, you have a list of options depending on the situation. so you don't need to sink during the race.
Are we thinking the last 3 miles of like the rest part before you cross the?
No, the very end.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you're staying with the lead group, otherwise it's disappointment.
Yeah. Oh, if I don't, yeah, then I made a huge mistake somewhere.
Then I don't think you're going to win.
Yeah, if that happened, then that means I left the pack at the wrong time for whatever reason. Had to pee real bad and for some reason didn't push through. It's not really me.
I'm not going to visualize 10th place. That's not going to happen.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking I'm definitely. I'm
Visualize
lead
20th,
pack.
and then you can finish 10th and be really surprised.
Oh yeah, that might be an idea. But we'll take that step when we get a little bit closer.
What I continue to think about is that last KOM and how well I was doing on it last year, and that's probably where I make the breakaway, and then ride out the last. I think it's like 15 miles or so by myself, hopefully trying to stay away from them.
Yeah, but I mean, that's where you want to make your strategy. And maybe, let's say that you give it all you got and you don't manage to break them all. It might still be a good idea because they tire staying on your wheel. So that is valuable once you get to the line.
Yeah, if I could do it last year, I mean, even after that, I still had it in me to want to try to sprint, even though my legs started cramping up. I didn't even stop after I crossed the finish line. There's another.
This year you're going to eat enough beans, so this is not going to happen.
Yep, preparation.
After the finish line, the official finish line, there's about a 5-mile ride. I think it's 5 miles or so to the waterfront finish line, which is more the one where they take the picture and do all that stuff and people are around. And for that last 5, I was still pushing. I just wanted to see a good number. At that point, I just couldn't stop. I was passing people. There was one guy that was like, you can stop now, right? Yep, thank you. And I was gone. But this year I'm hoping to do it and not destroy myself. Destroy myself a little, but not to the rate that I did this year. That was bad.
We will have Heidi on the waterfront with a family size can of Boston beans for you.
Yes. Yeah, my goal is this year to be able to eat from the barbecue truck. Last year when I finished, I just couldn't get myself to eat for a while. Finally, I ate a good part of a pizza when I got home, but that was like an hour and a half later.
Yeah, after a good event, I've got to force myself to eat as well. I can't. I just don't want to.
Yeah, I'm hoping this year. This year I'll be in better shape because I'm going to plan for it better. I kind of found out at the last moment that it was coming up that early. I thought it was going to be in July. And then, so then I was trying to just get as much outdoor time in as possible before that. And yeah, it was just, there was no real planned out strategy for training. So this year I should, if all the cards fall into place, go up in pretty good shape.
Happy Friday, Alison.
You know what that means?
What does that mean?
Tomorrow's Saturday.
It does. Yeah,
like
that means
Saturday.
I can still be in bed this side of lunchtime.
I'm kind of looking forward to today too. I think it's gonna be fun. I don't know why. One thing for sure, when it gets this cold, like I know lunch is gonna be cozy because when it's that cold out, it's just nice to eat warm food. in a warm place.
Wow, you could be Scandinavian with that attitude.
That's what the baked beans are all for.
It's been done.
And the Yankee pot roast.
At the end of
This
this
is Yankee pot roast season. I got bike packer socks, a pumpkin spice latte for my feet. Spoiler alert. Wow, see, I just got level 62 and now I already have one number worth on of 62.
I got 61.
Man, the worst thing at work though, because the entire brewery is, one side is just all garage doors. It used to be an auto garage. And first thing in the morning, just like putting around, getting some stuff started, but just dreading that moment when you have to open up one of those huge doors to move things outside. Horrible.
Well, we're working on heating the atmosphere for you, so you don't have to have this inconvenience in your life.
Thank you.
All right,
I
Ben.
think I'll drive
Everybody
back
else
to
out
the
there.
rest to work today.
I'm going to bring down, get us ready for the Friday ebb. Starting in 20 minutes' time. We'll be back for that. See you shortly. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.